They were continuing to read the Pilgrim's Progress. Then said old Mr. Honest, "Have not you some time ago been acquainted with one Mr. Fearing, a pilgrim?" Acquainted with him, yes, he came from the town of Stupidity, which lies 4 degrees northward of the city of Destruction, and as many off of where I was born. Yet we were well acquainted, for indeed he was my uncle, my father's brother. He and I have been much of a temper. He was a little shorter than I, but yet we were much of a complexion. I perceive you know him, and I am apt to believe also that you are related one to another, for you have his whitely look, a cast like his with your eye, and your speech is much alike. Most have said so that have known us both, and besides, what I have read in him, I have for the most part found in myself. Come, sir, said good Gaius, be of good cheer. You are welcome to me and to my house. What thou hast a mind what thou hast a mind to, call for freely, and what thou wouldst have my servants do for thee, they will do it with a ready mind. Then said Mr. Feeble-mind, this is an unexpected favor, and as the sun shining out of a very dark cloud, the giant slay good intend me this favor when he stopped me, and resolved to let me go no further. Did he intend that, after he had rifled my pockets, I should go to Gaius, mine host? Yet so it is. Now just as Feeble-mind and Gaius were thus in talk, there came one running and called at the door and said, that about a mile and a half off there was one Mr. Not Right, a pilgrim, struck dead upon the place where he was, with a thunderbolt. Alas, said Mr. Feeble-mind, is he slain? He overtook me some days before I came so far as hither, and would be my company keeper. He also was with me when Slaygood, the giant, took me, but he was nimble of his heels, and escaped. But it seems he escaped to die, and I was taken to live. What, one would think, doth seek to slay outright, ofttimes delivers from the saddest plight. That very Providence, whose face is death, doth ofttimes to the lowly life bequeath. I was taken, he did escape and flee, hands crossed, gives death to him, and life to me. Now about this time Matthew and Mercy were married. Also Gaius gave his daughter Phoebe to James, Matthew's brother, to wife, after which time they yet stayed about 10 days at Gaius's house, spending their time and the seasons like as pilgrims used to do. When they were to depart, Gaius made them a feast, and they did eat and drink and were merry. Now the hour was come that they must be gone. Wherefore Mr. Greatheart called for the bill of charges. But Gaius told him that at his house it was not the custom of pilgrims to pay for their entertainment. He boarded them by the year, but looked for his pay from the good Samaritan who had promised him, at his return, whatsoever charge he was at with them, faithfully to repay him. Then said Mr. Greatheart to him, Beloved, thou doest faithfully whatsoever thou doest to the brethren and to strangers, which have borne witness of thy liberal giving before the church. Whom if thou yet bring forward on their journey, after a godly sort, thou shalt do well. Then Gaius took his leave of them all, and his children, and particularly of Mr. Feeble-mind. He also gave him something to drink by the way. Now Mr. Feeble-Mind, when they were going out of the door, made as if he intended to linger. The which when Mr. Greatheart espied, he said, Come, Mr. Feeble-Mind, pray do you go along with us. I'll be your conductor, and you shall fare as the rest. Alas, I want a suitable companion. You are all lusty and strong, but I, as you see, am weak. I choose therefore rather to come behind, lest, by reason of my many weaknesses, I should be both a burden to myself and to you. I am, as I said, a man of a weak and feeble mind, and shall be injured and made weak at that which others can bear. I shall like no laughing. I shall like no gay attire. I shall like no unprofitable questions. Nay, I am so weak a man as to be harmed with that which others have a liberty to do. I do not yet know all the truth. I am a very ignorant Christian man. Sometimes if I hear any rejoice in the Lord, it troubles me, because I cannot do so too. It is with me as it is with the weak man among the strong, or as with the sick man among the healthy, or as a lamp despised. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. So that I know not what to do. But, brother, said Mr. Greatheart, I have it in my work to comfort the feeble-minded and to support the weak. You must needs go along with us. We will wait for you. We will lend you our help. We will deny ourselves of some things for your sake. We will not enter into doubtful questions before you. We will be made all things to you, rather than you shall be left behind. Now all this while they were at Gaius's door, and behold, as they were thus in the heat of their discourse, Mr. Ready-to-Halt came by, with his crutches in his hands, and he also was going on pilgrimage. Then said Mr. Feeble-Mind to him, How camest thou hither? I was but now complaining that I had not a suitable companion, but thou art according to my wish. Welcome, welcome, good Mr. Ready-to-Halt. I hope thou and I may be some help. I shall be glad of thy company, said the other, and good Mr. Feeble-Mind, rather than we will part. Since we are thus happily met, I will lend thee one of my crutches. Nay, said he, though I thank thee for thy good will, I am not inclined to halt before I am lame. Howbeit, I think, when occasion is, it may help me against the dog. If either myself or my crutches can do thee a pleasure, we are both at thy command, good Mr. Feeble-Mind. Thus therefore they went on. Mr. Greatheart and Mr. Honest went before, Christiana and her children went next, and Mr. Feeble-Mind came behind, and Mr. Ready-to-Halt with his crutches. Then said Mr. Honest, Pray, sir, now that we are upon the road, tell us some profitable things of some that have gone on pilgrimage before us. With a good will, I suppose you have heard how Christian of old did meet with Apollyon in the valley of humiliation, and also what hard work he had to go through the valley of the shadow of death. Also I think you could not but have heard how Faithful was put to it by Madame Wanton with Adam the First, with one discontent and shame, for as deceitful villains as a man can meet with upon the road. Yes, I believe I have heard of all this, but indeed good Faithful was hardest put to it with shame. He was an wearied he was an unwearied one. Aye, for as the Pilgrim well said, he of all men had the wrong name. But pray, sir, where was it that Christian and Faithful met talkative? That same was also a a notable one. He was a confident fool, yet many follow his ways. He had liked to have deceived faithful. Aye, but Christian put him into a way quickly to find him out. And that's the end of the reading for today. Have a good day.